Hi guys, hello boys and girls, that's me, Robbie from EnglishHarmony.com, and welcome to my video blog. And today I'm going to give you one tiny little trick that's going to help you to overcome your perfectionism, in case you're one of those perfectionists who just can't help themselves, in the sense that when you speak in English, you want to sound perfect. You want to make sure that every single word you utter is the right word, in the right tense, in the right sequence in the sentence, and that every single sentence is correct. Basically, everything is just the way you'd write it down on a piece of paper. But real-life English is different, especially considering we're foreign English speakers. And on top of that, considering that when we speak with other people, the stress factor comes into play and we inevitably start making a few mistakes here and there, right? So if you're the perfectionist type, what happens is, more often than not, you're trying to be very hard on yourself. You're trying to eliminate all those mistakes, but as a result, it actually backfires on you, and you make even more and more of those mistakes, and as a result, you run into the typical fluency issue whereby you get completely stuck for words and you just can't say anything, and all because you try to be perfect, right? So how to do away with this perfectionism of yours? Did I mispronounce the word perfectionism? I probably did. Maybe it sounded something like perfectionism, whatever. But anyway, it's part of the whole English harmony philosophy. Making mistakes is fine because nothing in nature is flawless. But anyway, let's stop beating around the bush and let's cut to the chase, which means let's get to the heart of the matter. So, how to overcome this need to be perfect? One of the best ways to accomplish that is to imagine, to draw a parallel between your spoken English performance and a fight. Even if you're not the type who would be involved in fights, and maybe you haven't fought a single time in your life, it doesn't matter. You just have to imagine what happens during a fight. And I'm not talking about film fight scenes where everything has been set up and pre-planned and people are flying through the air and they can be smacked on the head multiple times and nothing happens and you just can't knock out the bad guy no matter how hard you try. It's not a film, it's the real life. So what happens in a real life fight scene? You must have witnessed the real life fight at some stage during your life. So what happens? Is it happening smoothly? Is the person who's probably been taught how to fight properly, maybe some karate specialist, right? Do they fight just the way they do in a sports session, in a practice session, where every move is executed with utmost precision? Does that happen the same way in real life? It doesn't. Real life fights are ugly. No matter how good you are at fighting, whether you're a professional boxer or a martial arts champion, real life fights happen quickly and they're brutal, they're ruthless. You just need one good punch and you can knock the opponent down. But most importantly, many of your punches will miss the target, and sometimes it looks nothing like a good fight, like in a film. So what's the whole point of this? The point being, you prepare in your sparring sessions, in your sports practice sessions, you prepare for fighting by executing precise moves. The same way you would prepare for an English conversation with someone. But then when it happens in real life, nothing is as perfect and precise as it is in a sports hall, for instance. And the same goes with spoken language performance. When you speak with real people in real life, your English may lose that perfect touch you may start making mistakes, and that's natural. And same way people do in fights. When they fight, they may not necessarily be as perfect as during their sparring session. Sparring is when you have a spar partner and it's like a mock fight. You basically have someone to practice with you, but you don't obviously kick or beat up that person for real. You pull your punches, which is actually an idiomatic expression, meaning that you don't give it you don't do it for real, really. To pull your punches means literally when you punch someone, but you kind of pull it back, you refrain from giving it your full strength, right? So you can actually use this expression in just about any English conversation when you want to express the process of not doing it for real, basically doing it only at a half force or whatever. But anyway, that's not the point. The point is that when you spar with your sparring partner, your moves are going to be smooth, perfect, that everything is going to be good looking. But in real life fight, everything is going to be brutal, rough, tough, dangerous, and many of those moves will be blocked by your opponent, and you won't be able to react the same way you would react to your partner in a mock fight. And same goes with your spoken language. Say for instance, now I'm talking to you, but I'm really speaking with myself, because all I have in front of me is a camera, and my speech is better, actually, as a matter of fact, than if I were to speak with some other person, because that person would start asking me some questions to which I wouldn't have actually been prepared so well. So inevitably, I would start making mistakes, I would start hesitating a bit, and sometimes probably even getting stuck for words. But it's all natural, you know? That's what happens in nature. That's real life. Real life fighting, real life speaking. So the moment you draw the parallel between the two, speaking and fighting, it should actually help you to understand better the very concept of complete lack of perfectionism in real life. There is no such thing as perfectionism when it comes to human performance. So if you're one of those perfectionists who are always trying to get your speech perfect, think about this next time round when you have a conversation with someone and you kind of feel that you're relapsing back into the old state whereby you want to make your speech sound perfect, and then it kind of backfires on you. Imagine about a fight. In real life fight, you can't act the same as during your sparring session or self-practice, whereby you execute those perfect moves or whatever, whether it's martial arts or boxing or whatever, you know. Just have a look at boxing bouts. It's nothing like during their practice sessions whereby they practice punching the bag, you know. All the moves are set, you know. One punch, two punches, and then undercut and uppercut and all this and that. But in real life, sometimes those fighters go with their arms flailing, and it's not as pleasant as watching someone just practice with themselves. So the same principle applies on your spoken language. Please bear that in mind, my friend. And who knows, this will probably cure your perfectionism. Alright, thanks for staying with me. This is Robbie from EnglishHarmony.com, and for more fluency improving related information, please visit my website EnglishHarmony.com. Thanks for watching, thanks for staying with me, and see you soon again. Bye bye.